Breaking news at this hour on Capitol Hill. 4 House Republican lawmakers have broken ranks and are joining Democrats to force a vote on extending health care subsidies. Those moderate GOP members signed a discharge petition that requires a vote on extending those tax credits for 3 years. Now, last night, a House committee moved to vote on a GOP health care plan that excluded extending those ACA tax credits. Today's move likely sets up a vote on an ACA extension in early January. So let's go live to Capitol Hill and CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns. Caitlin, can you take us through this break in the ranks and what happens next here?
Hey, Mugo, it's great to be with you. Yeah, this is huge news because what you essentially have is a group of moderate Republicans revolting against the Speaker of the House for not allowing them originally an amendment to extend these Obamacare tax subsidies that are set to expire in just a few weeks from now. So these 4 Republicans, 3 of which are from Pennsylvania, they all represent moderate districts, battleground districts, districts that the House Republicans need to keep through next year's midterm elections in order to keep control of the House. So that shows you kind of the politics at play here and how important these members are saying that healthcare and rising costs of healthcare are in their districts. They were not given an amendment vote, so they essentially said, hey, if you're not going to give us this, then we're going to side with the Democrats on this. Now, just to take a step back, this discharge petition that we are talking about was introduced by Hakeem Jeffries. He is the leader of the Democrats in the House Minority Leader. He proposed a 3-year extension to these Obamacare tax subsidies using a discharge petition, which you saw during the Epstein files and other measures. This is to force a vote on the House floor. So this is significant because it shows that there are some angry moderates, angry at the Speaker for not giving them this vote, and concerned about the rising costs of health care in their states and what it could potentially mean for politics at large. Now, here's the next steps, Mugo. Even if this passes through the House, and we don't yet know when that vote would be, it wouldn't likely be until when they come back in January. So even if it passes the House at that point, it still has to go through the Senate. And you may remember, you and I were talking just last week about how the Senate rejected this very same proposal, a 3-year extension of those tax subsidies. They rejected that when it came to the Senate floor last week. So remains to be seen whether they would even take it up, whether this would pass. I would note, though, in that Senate vote, there were 4 Republicans who crossed the aisle to vote for it. We'll see if that gains any more steam given what we've seen today.
And Caitlin, I want to pivot to a different topic. Navy Admiral Frank Bradley will brief the Senate and House committees remotely today on U.S. military strikes. Now, this comes just a day after Secretaries Rubio and Hegset's classified briefing. What can we expect from today's briefing?
Yeah, Mugo, there are still a lot of questions that lawmakers have, not only about those September 2nd strikes and the controversial follow-on strike that was issued by Admiral Bradley, but also what the administration's policy is towards Venezuela and what the end game is. You've had lots of Democrats obviously frustrated at this administration and very critical of it. They came out of these briefings over the past couple of weeks very critical of the administration. Republicans have come out of these briefings supportive of the strikes and the strategy, content with the explanations they've been given. But even some Republicans do have questions about what this all means. What is the administration's policy in terms of Venezuela? Is it regime change? Is it interdiction of these drug boats only? And also, what comes next? Even Lindsey Graham, who is a staunch ally of President Trump, came out of his briefing yesterday asking some of those questions. What happens next? And so those are the questions that remain. And so far, these briefings, according to lawmakers attending them, haven't quite answered all of them. We'll see if any more information is divulged today.
We shall wait and see. Caitlin Huey-Burns on Capitol Hill for us today. Thank you.